Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Anne. Consider subscribing. Smash that big red subscribe box, smash it, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload a new video. So guys, coronavirus is in Nigeria, is in Lagos, Nigeria to be precise, and on behalf of all Lagosians, I am beyond outraged. Imagine every country on planet Earth is banning us left, right, center, banning us of frivolous issues. Some are even looking for excuse to ban us or do visa restriction. Yet we are hoping, we are welcoming to citizens, to countries whereby citizens, coronavirus has ravaged the country. We say, oh, come on, welcome, come and do business. We're welcoming to them. An Italian man, this man had already contacted coronavirus before coming to Nigeria, yet he was allowed to gain access to Nigeria. Like, how is that possible? How is that reasonable? This man landed in Ogun State just like that. My friend, she's currently in Nigeria, and she told me that they are doing quarantine or screening routines in at the airport before you come in. Well, as it seems, this screening is not working. It's just a facade. It is fake. How can they allow this Italian man into the country? Italy has been ravaged. It is on the news. Check the news, CNN. They are constantly talking about Italy. It is one of the European countries that has been dealt a devastating blow by this virus, and yet this man was allowed into the country. How does that make sense? Oh God. And this man, when he started showing symptoms of this coronavirus, he was subsequently transferred to Lagos State. Why? How come? We allow anybody to just come into Nigeria just like that. This man is an expert. Don't we have people that can do the job in Nigeria? Do you think that if this virus started in Nigeria, do you think that other countries will just tell us, oh, one love, strolling, coming? If it started, imagine the way they treated us during the time of Ebola. Would they just say, oh, come, we want to do business, come? We in the diaspora, we have family members in Nigeria, and we're very concerned. Whatever happens to Nigeria happens to us indirectly, and the thing is who are the airport staff that allowed this man into the country? Because, some of those people working in the airport staff, all they think about is 500 naira, 1,000 naira. Once you give them bribe like this, they will fast track you. Did they really take adequate, did they adequate step? Did they take due diligence in screening this man? Especially, once they see his Italian passport, alarms should be going off in their bed like boom, 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 boom. Once they see that this man is coming from Italy, it is all over the news that Italy is struggling with this virus, and yet he strolled in. Not only that, the thing happened in Ogun State, and it was shocking to me that it was transported to Lagos. Why? Lagos has more population than Ogun State. Why is the life of one Italian man much more important than the life of the 17.5 million people living in Lagos? This Nigerian government, they are struggling, they are scraping to save his life, yet they are exposing Lagosians to this man. By transferring him to Lagos State, you are exacerbating the situation. There are children in Lagos. There are pregnant women in Lagos. There are men, there are women in Lagos. Why transfer this man to Lagos State? He had already exposed himself in Ogun State. You understand? Lagos should be the last place this man is transferred to. Lagosians live on top of each other. They live practically breathing to each other's face. Lagos is overcrowded already. If they make a slip at the hospital, because human error occurs, you cannot guarantee that they won't make error in the hospital. It's so if they slip, because this man obviously slipped in through our airport. I'm not saying he's going to run, but if they make a mistake, or maybe one of the nurses or the doctor contact this thing, and this man now goes back to his family members in Lagos, Lagos is the worst place to bring this Italian man. Whoever made this decision made the wrong decision. Everybody in Lagos enter public buses. There is too much proximity in Lagos. Like I said, people live in Lagos, like the houses are too close. They are choking in Lagos. This Italian man should have been kept in Ogun State. They should have the priority is not about, let us save the Italian man's life. The priority should be let us reduce the possibility of spreading this virus, and transferring to Lagos was the worst decision ever. There are doctors in Ogun State that can treat this man. If they can't treat this man, pack this man in night bus in Agofure, take him to the airport, only in go dey plane, transfer him back to Italy. Pack him and transfer him back to where he came from, because this man contacted this illness before he came to Nigeria. Do you think if this thing happened in Italy, a Nigerian businessman, he was caught somewhere in Italy, do you think they will now take this man because they want to save his life? Do you think they will now take him to Milan, take him to the capital of Italy because they want to save his life? No, they will pack him and send him back to Nigeria. This is a virus that does not have any cure yet, and you are exposing the life of Lagosians to this. Please, 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 I'm not trying to panic anybody, but we're just having a conversation of what they ought to have done and what they should not have done. You understand? Because in my last video, I mentioned something on coronavirus. I said that the Nigerian government should not just screen people at the airport and say go. No, they should have quarantined people for like 2 weeks, 14 days, put them in one remote area, quarantine them. If they had done this to this Italian man, he would have been showing symptoms of coronavirus. But no, because of 1,000 naira bribe, because of 500 naira bribe, we just package the man. I'm sure they even fast track him. After all, he's an Oyinbo man. By the time you observe them, you will determine who is virus free and who has virus. I mean, how is Nigeria going to cope with this? Advanced countries are struggling. They are struggling. There's a news I even read, a news article whereby a man that was cured of coronavirus contacted it again. Now you took this man from Ogun State. What is the population of Ogun State compared to the population of Lagos? Well, I'm not saying that. I'm not wishing the people of Ogun State bad though. I'm not saying they deserve it, but he has already exposed himself in Ogun State. They should quarantine him, quarantine the staff members, the people selling akara in that area, quarantine all of them, keep them there. Not bring him to Lagos. You're struggling to save his life. What about the life of Lagosians? That's the priorities of these people in government is, I don't know where it is. You understand? So the thing is this, right? I just want to reach out to people living in Lagos that this is not the time to panic. Okay? My advice remains the same as I made in my first video, that when it's Saturday and somebody say come and chop owambe, and this is not a time for owambe, this is not a time for gallivanting from one party to another party, from one lounge to another lounge, from one club to the other. No, this is the time for you to go to work, come back home straight, right? And again, I think there's good news. There was one pastor that was saying that if he goes to China, maybe the man will find tickets to go China. The man was saying if he goes to China, he's going to cure China of coronavirus. Maybe we should not bring this man to this Italian man and say, don't worry, you don't need to go to China, you don't need ticket. Quarantine with the Italian man and see, let's see, maybe he can do something about it. But really, they shouldn't have brought this man to Lagos. That's what's shocking to me. Number one, he's from Italy. No, number two, he was allowed into the country. Number three, he was brought into Lagos. Why? And this is the reason why it is important for government to invest in infrastructure, invest in good hospital. No be say every time when I get ear pain, nose pain, ear infection, high infection, you're running to London. This now shows that government is ineffective. The government has failed its citizens with the decisions they are making. What infrastructure, what steps, what are the plans that have been put into place to make sure that this can be contained? It is not only when there is natural disaster or when there are viruses like this that people start panicking, scrambling from left to the right. There should be infrastructure in place. There should be doctors that are trained for this situation. I don't know. I cannot count on Nigerian government. I don't know if that is in place or not. Because you'll be reading in the news, say hey, there's no oxygen in hospital, there's not enough bed in there's not enough bed in federal government hospitals. There is this, the staff are not enough, the doctors are underpaid, blah blah blah. I mean, how do we know these people are prepared for situations like this? And I hope there's one thing I want to point out is that I hope that this issue, this national issue, is treated with the urgency, sincerity that it requires. I hope they will not go about playing politics with people's life. I hope they will not come on the news and say coronavirus has been technically treated, because now everything is technical in Nigeria. I hope they are going to really package this man back to Italy. Or if they cannot package him back to Italy, I hope they quarantine him. I hope everybody knows what they are doing. You understand? So Lagosians, please try to stay calm. Please try to not to panic. I know it's very difficult advice to give, but the thing is this: you need to be observant of your environment, observant of people around you. Kudos to those people that observe this Italian man and quickly call the authorities. Kudos to them for taking the right step. If not, this man would not infect half of Ogun State. You understand? So kudos to them. Also, you as an individual, you have a responsibility to yourself. You have a responsibility to be observant of your environment. You need to get handkerchief. Like I mentioned in my first video, you need to observe personal hygiene. You need to wash your hand, cover your face, cover your nose when you cough, and all of that. And at this point, it is not too much to go and get a mask if you think it's going to make you feel safe. At the end of the day, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. On the Nigerian government, I really cannot place my bet on them, but you also do your own part in keeping yourself safe, because I know. And another thing I want to mention in this video is this: why is Nigeria prioritizing this Italian man over our brothers and sisters in China? I mentioned in my last video that what effort is the government putting in place to go and retrieve our brothers and sisters from China? I am not Igbo, but those people are Nigerians, and their lives is equally as important as the life of this Italian man that they are scrambling to take. I hope they are putting, even if they are not bringing those people back to Nigeria for safety reason, I hope they are assisting them, they are giving them, because I'm not saying, oh, go and pack all of them and come to Nigeria and expose us. That is the decision for governments to make. But what I'm just saying is that I hope the government is assisting them there with food, with shelter, because some people are actually stuffing their house, in China, because they can't go to supermarket. If they cannot afford it, I hope the government is actually making provisions for them. I hope the government is in contact with them, so that those people don't get depressed or something. They've been on lockdown in quarantine for months. I hope the government is doing something about them as they are scrambling with this Italian man. Anyway, I don't want to go on too long on this video. Please be safe. Please keep yourself safe. Limit the amount of owambe you are going to. I know the jollof rice is sweet, I know it's delicious, but limit the owambe you're going to, and go to work, come back home, keep your children safe. And until next time, guys, I'll see you on my next video. And like I always say, feel free to share this video on WhatsApp or Facebook. Share it with your family and friends, and do not forget, hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Bye, guys.